right, everybody. Welcome back to the PRPL Podcast. This is your host, Austin. I hope you're doing well today. It'll be Sunday when you're listening to it. Tonight, as we're recording, it is Thursday, September 11th. So do want to take a second here, send out our respects, and remember those that we lost 24 years ago today, the terrorist attacks of 9/11. A heavy day to begin with, made even heavier by recent events. We're not going into the details of that, but obviously some, pretty horrible stuff. So this can make recording a podcast about movies seem trivial, seem silly, of course. But I do think it is important in dark times that we look for the light. We continue to believe in the good. So with, our intention with this podcast is to be a source of joy, to be a source of happiness, to share something that we love dearly, that movies, not just with each other, but you at home as well. So that's our goal of the podcast. And, with that being said, we'll hop on into it here. But remember, as movies teach us, guys, believe in the good and continue to choose the light. Griffin, Mike, welcome.
Hey, very, very well said, Austin. That was really, really good. I appreciate that, man. I think some other people will too. So right there with you. We love doing this. We love just getting on and spending some time together. I think that's important. So I'm super appreciative to be here, guys. We got an awesome movie to talk about today. So ready to jump on in.
Absolutely. What do we have, Mikey?
Austin, today is one of my favorite movies. We have Shawshank Redemption. I hope you guys know how excited I am. I've got, I always take notes. I probably have a booklet of notes. We always talk about, hey, write down the scenes you like. Guys, I have got, I think, 3-4 pages of scenes that I like of this one.
You know what that means?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Get your glasses ready, Mike. You can't be fumbling around.
Well, you're getting on the spot today, baby.
Yes. Hey, guys, this one's exciting. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. So, and I know this is a fan favorite. So exciting times. We need to get after this one today, guys.
Yeah. Folks back home, guess what Mike tried to do in watching this movie? Mike tried to watch a rated R movie on cable, expecting to get the same kind of experience.
Hey guys, there's no cussing. It's not the same.
Hey, the good news,
you
boys.
Like no cussing, Mike. You don't like cussing.
Well, there you go. Drink your wine, buddy. Hey, I'll be honest with you guys. I've seen this movie so many times that I was finishing the scene for him. The one with Hayward. I love that, where he's, who's your horse, Hayward, and he says, hey, I want the chubby fat ass one, and you're like, oh, there you go, boy.
I know a couple bold queers that would love you,
and then yeah. Fat ass by a mile.
God. Yeah, he says by a nose.
Fat ass by a nose. That's what it was. Oh, I laughed. Gosh, that was just a way to kick this movie off. Guys, did you all know that the very beginning of the movie, when you see the young man that looks like Morgan Freeman that's by the fence, did you all know that's really his kid? Did you all know that?
Alfonso Freeman.
Alfonso Freeman.
Only reason I know that's because you've told me a million times. But that's guys, him. That's him on the image too, when they're showing his initial shot, when he's getting rejected and all that.
Well, that was on when he actually got parole as well. They show that.
Oh yeah,
picture,
well it's the same photo. Yeah.
Yeah, but every time when I saw this years ago, I said, man, he looks a lot like Morgan Freeman, and then come to find out it's Morgan Freeman's kid. So. I just thought I'd throw that tidbit out.
Well,
so
that's all I can contribute
your
tonight.
Viggo Mortensen fact.
There it is.
I mean, and I know, like you said, that what a way to kick it off. I mean, of course, we're first seeing like the jury and the whole kind of court scene of our boy Andy Dufresne getting framed. Oh yeah. Another one. Austin, he teaches a guy to read. I mean, how many comparisons do you really want? But what an awesome way when they go fishing that beginning of the movie. It really does set that tone for you. It's like, oh man.
Fish.
We reel it in.
Fresh.
They're fired up. They're fired up. But that court scene, there's some amazing lines right off the bat there that stick with you the whole time. The one that comes back to me is where he goes, I find it decidedly inconvenient that you didn't find the gun. And that's one of my biggest irks of the movie. It's just like, God damn it. If they could have just found that gun, you would have been proven innocent. But it's just like, it's the unfortunate events of it. Something else to note here, and kind of going back to who directed the movie. So the prosecutor in that is an actor from The Green Mile, The Mist, and he's also in The Walking Dead. So this director also directed The Green Mile and The Mist. And all three of these are Stephen King books, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And this director, guys, we're about to do Stranger Things, announcing it here for the first time. We're doing a Stranger Things rewatch series. It's out in the open. There, you have it.
Oh,
and if we don't stay to our word.
Hey, I was thinking of backing out on that, Austin. I don't know if that's
well.
Griffin, I think the cat's out of the bag, bud.
Then it's your nuts. Then it's your nuts.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
But this director will be directing 2 of the episodes in the final season of Stranger Things.
Sweet.
Coming out of, I don't think he's directed anything since 2013. Coming back out and doing 2 episodes of Stranger Things, the final season. So pretty cool there. How all that ties in, man. Didn't know that either.
That's awesome. Last thing I want to say about that court scene that really kind of struck me on this last watching. Mm-hmm. Do you notice how they very specifically show you the last moment that Andy has outside of that prison before he is, I suppose, no longer a free man? Do you notice that? Like right when they're walking him into the prison, they pan up really quick to just show as they leave the light and go inside. I thought that was really powerful. Just that kind of, here's your last moment.
One thing, that was that, like you said, great cinematography there. They also show, I love those kind of wide scale shots of the prison and the score in those moments.
Oh my God. Was it Paul Newman?
I'm not 100% sure who it was.
I believe that's who it was.
The music was eerie sounding. I mean, perfect Stephen King. It just had an eerie kind of feel to it.
And everything's in gray. I mean, they're
yes.
They're very intentional.
Guys, let me add this.
Yeah,
There was during that jury scene, and again, I've seen this movie a gazillion times, and you all know how much
I was going to ask you that. I was like, God, how many times this was just playing in the background at the house because it was on TV or something.
I think it's the first time that I saw it was at your house. I think it was your old house over kind of by Eastern High School.
Oh, it could have been. Then. I every time this is on,
I very distinctly remember the scene as they're entering the prison. They're lined up. What do we eat? That guy ass.
I was looking at the cast. I think that's his name. It's something to do with food. It's like the food guy or something. But guys, did you all hear the part where when the judge, when they're talking and the defender, he is explaining that Andy, he says how ruthless he was, that he emptied his revolver. There was 8 shots.
Yeah.
And that, as I've watched
one
this,
for each lover.
You never recognized that?
I mean, I did, but I guess I didn't. It's like 6 shots. So you know what that means, guys, is after he shot the 6, he'd have to load it back again to do it. So
they say that in the movie, Mike.
I know they do.
Or were you napping for all the other times you saw it?
Hey, maybe that was too much for.
Hey, Austin, give me the line the judge delivers.
There, I want to hear it.
He says, "You strike me as a particularly ruthless, or what is it, a cold and remorseless man. It chills my blood just to look at you."
Yeah, and you knew
he was done. And you
knew.
You see Andy Dufresne's face in that moment when it's like you're in prison for life. and you got to think the weight of that decision being in those shoes for a crime you literally did not commit.
What a poor sack, man. 19 was it 19 years?
19 years.
What about his face when our one boy Tommy is like, yeah, dude, I was cellmates with the guy who actually did this crime. He told me about it, and they show his face with Morgan Freeman in the library. He's like,
just a shot of that guy's, what was his name, Ernie? Just a shot of his teeth when he's that creepy man,
Elmo.
When he does Elmo. Was it Elmo? Yeah, okay.
Elmo.
I thought it was Ernie.
They did it so perfectly. They just, they make the guy look despicable. But I mean, I was really struck this whole movie by just how much shit our guy Andy went through. I mean, it was unbelievable. He's in the infirmary countless times. He's in there for a month. Hey, one more month for you too, buddy. Go think about it. Just all that stuff.
What does he say? The warden says, you're going to feel like you got fucked by a train.
I'll sit you down with the sodomites. That was a really evil scene, man, when he's like, hey, dude.
Well, that's the thing. And you said it, Mike, earlier this week, and you made a really good point with it, saying that the warden in this movie could be one of the best villains of all time. When I said it was Heath Ledger as the Joker, I was specifically saying as, superhero movies, but it still overlaps too. And if you're going to compare the two, I don't think that's a terrible argument to be had, because the warden is vile. He is cruel. Like, there's a part of Andy that I think believes that he's in good favors with him, right? But as soon as the warden's cookie gets pulled back or gets threatened, he does not give a fuck about Andy.
He doesn't care about anyone. And Austin, let me say this: there were three villains in this movie.
Hadley.
Okay, that's four.
I feel like Hadley's like, I'm not going to argue Hadley's innocence by any means, because he's probably done worse shit. But he did feel like he was also a puppet of the warden, like getting put to do it. But he had to also be compliant, so he is guilty.
Hey, no one made him kill Fat Ass. No one made him kill him.
No, that's fair enough.
He beat that man. No, guys, Griffin, to answer your question, I thought Boggs. And we talked about what did you call him, Griffin? I had down Ernie on mine. I don't know why.
Elmo.
I had Elmo. Okay. And
maybe the Sesame Street is what you were thinking.
Boy, I'm so good. Golly. No, but I think there were several villains in this movie that you go, man, they were as despicable people.
Well, there's a lot of analysis of this movie speaks to like Andy being a messianic type character. Like and the warden is pure evil. He is Satan. Like, there's a lot of religious kind of context and constructs that people have applied to this movie, because there's that whole line once, Andy finally walks up to Red. It's in the newer days. Once he's kind of been there, he's like, I was the first one he came up to. And it's like, I could tell why people thought that he was pretentious or thought he was better than you, whatever it may be that he alludes to. But he just had this way that he strolled around about him. That he had like a coat on that protected him from the place that he couldn't be affected.
Well, I like how he said after he went through that little description, he goes, yeah, I think it was fair to say I liked him from the very beginning. Like, I thought that was really
love
cool.
that line.
They do that same thing about Tommy Williams, but like one of those hotshot, loudmouth kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair to say we liked him right away.
We liked him right away. What I also thought, I really enjoyed kind of that dialogue where Andy's saying, I hear you're a man. I understand you're a man who can get things. And what does he say? He says, I've been known to procure a few items every now and then. I forget how he said it, but it was so good. And he says it again in the theater when they're watching old Rita Hayworth on screen.
Oh, great line. Great line. And Griffin, that, I've got my top three, but I love that. I love that when Andy walks in and he sees Red at the at the theater, and he sees, he goes, Red. He goes, wait. He goes, I just love it when she does that shit with her hair. Again,
those guys were horny as hell, right?
I can fill in the blanks for that one. It was just so well. And when she flips her hair, you see him and he goes, oh.
Yeah, and everyone's like, yeah!
Morgan Freeman is just, he's so good in this movie.
I like then he says,
Rita Hayworth.
What's he say? He's like, I need a poster of Rita Hayworth. And old Red goes, well, it might take a little while. He said, what do you mean? He says, well, I don't have it down my pants right now. I wish, unfortunately.
He goes, unfortunately, I don't have her down my pants right now.
That is great. Something this movie does really well, and I think this is applicable in two senses. We're talking about our guy Norton, Warden Norton. Yeah. I mean, what made him so kind of terrifying to me was kind of the ways that he wanted to act righteous and good, all of the biblical talk. And, there are plenty of different ways the guy was just super manipulative and kind of played almost into his evil in a more low-key hidden way. And I think that's even more frightening. But something else kind of with that like weird little dichotomy, that scene at the theater is a really happy, fun scene, right? And what happens immediately after when Andy leaves? Immediately.
He runs into the sisters.
Immediately. And I think that was just a great way of showing like, hey, there's fun, but you're not getting out of where you're at. And I mean, I'm watching the movie right now, guys. I'm seeing where Haywood is talking to Chubbs, and it's all fun and games. Ha ha ha! Everyone's laughing. I got your ass, got him.
Shut up, man.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Dude, shut up." Yeah. And they bring it, and it's pretty hardcore when you're seeing that smile gone, and you just see Morgan Freeman looking out his cell.
And Griff, this is something. You know how I was telling you before this. This movie is difficult to kind of talk through in a way because there's so much that I don't want to say like take for granted, but you already know, and you've seen it so many times, it's hard to sometimes bring up these huge moments. Consider this is the first time you're watching the movie. You see Fat Ass get his ass kicked. Then the next day, how's my horse doing? Dead. Yeah. Like the shock factor of that, hearing that for the first time.
And Andy saying what was his name? What was his name? And just the look, all the guys were like, who gives a shit? He's a nobody, to them. They don't want to know his name. They don't want to be personal with him. It showed kind of the prison life. I think that really set the tone of the movie to me.
God, I'm looking right now before Hadley beats him and he says, bring him out. He takes his hat off. And gives it to another guard. It's like, wow. I mean, it's
watch when he puts it back on. The look he puts it back on when he does. It's like,
God,
hey, that's just my job.
I mean, what a huge, enormous scene. My gosh. And I think it's funny you mentioned that about Andy asking about his name, Dad, because I think that is just a really quick way they show you what Andy's all about. I mean, I think the whole movie, when he gets beer for the guys, when they're tarring the roof, that shows his character. When he builds the whole library after seeing Brooks working down there.
The music.
I mean, what amazing scenes. And he knows he's going to get his ass handed to him doing these things, and he did it anyway. And
it wasn't just for himself.
It wasn't for himself at all. It wasn't for himself
a little point, Griff. It wasn't.
He didn't even drink the beer.
Right. He wants to bring joy to all the others because he knows how they're living.
What did Red say the kind of shared experience was during those moments when everyone's listening to the Italian lady singing the music over the loudspeakers, the opera, when they're drinking that beer? What does Red say?
It's all about them feeling human again. They've had their humanity stripped away by these walls.
He said, and we just had a few moments where we felt like free men.
Yeah.
Free. I mean, I want to ask you guys
Lords
this.
of all creation.
I want to ask you guys this. What do you guys make of the institutionalized bit? You know, what is freedom? What is, I don't know if there's a better scene than when Red gets approved on his parole, when he says rehabilitation.
He calls him Sonny.
He says, Sonny, I don't even know.
Sonny, I don't give a shit what, or he says, I don't give a damn what you think. And it's like, oh, boom, here we go.
It's great. But what I'm kind of trying to get at, and it's a bigger idea, but I think it's a really interesting conversation. Like, what is freedom? Because Brooks gets out of the prison after 50-something years and he's lost. He kills himself because
that is the definition of institutionalized.
Well, what do you understand what I'm trying to get at, Austin? Like what sort of conversation they're invoking? I think it's really interesting, like what freedom actually means, because that's the whole idea. It's prison. You're not free, but when you get it.
I think it's more so in the face of these restrictive things, these things that take away your humanity. I think it's more a conversation of keeping your hope. I think maybe they're discussing that Brooks gave up the hope and relied on the walls. Maybe it's he found his way, he found his comfort. But I think in terms of Andy's sake, the conversation is for sure about the hope, the getting free, the element of not losing that fire. Don't lose the music within you. He says they can't take that away from you. It's something they can never take. Red at the end says some birds just can't be caged. I think it's just that spirit to, despite the struggle, despite the oppression of the world. Andy did not deserve this by any sense, but instead the guy went to prison. He's making good money. He's in prison. His wife's dead. He still loved her. And then he's getting, he's having the trials and tribulations of being in prison with the sisters. This guy is taking it to the chin. He teaches this kid to read. The kid gets killed, gets stung in his spirit. He just keeps going. And then finally, once that happens, that's the breaking point where he's like, hey, let's get the quote right here. It's the number one that you're going to find if they look it up. I guess it come down to a simple choice, really. Get busy living or get busy dying. That's the one, right?
So, of course it is. It's the, how many times have I said that?
He got busy dying, and also too, Brooks was at retirement. he was past his due, and he has been, long, kind of.
Well, something back to what Griffin initially said is Griffin, even when Ellis Boyd Redding was released, you all know, remember when he's at the grocery and he's bagging the grocery. Hey, boss, bathroom break. And the comment, I love, one of my favorite things is to hear him narrate the whole movie. I love that. It's
Morgan Freeman narration is a thing.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh my gosh.
Thing.
I love it.
The tail.
When he does booger balls. When he does that, guys, it's you see that. Hey, I'm not, to answer Griffin's question, I'm not free. I'm still not free because I feel like I'm still asking about going to the bathroom.
Well, he says he can't even take a piss unless he does ask. He says, if I don't get that permission,
can't even squeeze a drop.
40 years of doing it. That's what kind of got me, because, you're watching the movie and obviously time's passing, but when you really try to put into perspective, Andy's there for 20 years. Red's there for 40 years. Yeah. Brooks has been there for 50. It's like, it's just unbelievable. And I don't know. I think,
what does Red say? He says, when they put you away for life, that's what they take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they take.
Guys, if you remember, he talks about, talks about a routine of prison life, and he also has one of my quotes that I like is this: hope can be a dangerous thing, when Andy's trying to give him hope. Mm-hmm. And I think, and we all know this, but somebody's got to say it is Andy was the best thing in the world for Red. He gave him hope. He gave him a dream, even though he would never admit it until the very last basically the last line of the movie when he says, I hope the ocean's as blue as it is in my dreams.
I always loved that.
Griffin, that's my favorite. If that doesn't tear you up and doesn't make you feel good about, that movie, the first time you watched this, I remember Boo Hoo Hoo, and I was like tore up. That does it for me. I love that scene.
Yeah.
I like
win for male friendship.
Oh my gosh! And
there's nothing better than that male companionship when you've got that buddy that means that much to you that you want to give him a hug and they give that hug at the end, and then boom,
Dad, Dad, are you talking about Boggs right now?
I'm not talking about.
I thought about the same joke.
Hey, when Boggs, this is terrible. When Boggs took that beat down, I'm on the couch. Goody monkey.
You liked him when he tried to grab the rope?
Yeah, that look. He's holding on. And they pull him out.
Here's my question. Here's my question. Because in my head, it was always that they beat Boggs because they started utilizing Andy. Was that what it was about? But the truth is, Dad. But that was really
the golden goose,
Dad,
Griffin.
They really hadn't started treating him like the golden goose until after that. But was it just kind of, what was it? They really hadn't started doing that yet. I think there was one little moment where he might have helped someone out, but I think it was even before the tarring on the roof. And that's where I thought the big breakthrough of, he can actually do some things for us. That's what I thought. Maybe I'm getting it chronologically wrong. I don't know, but it kind of surprised me. It almost seemed like they just beat Boggs so bad because he had Andy hold up for 2 weeks because he beat him so bad.
Well,
am I making any sense?
Probably not.
I think what happened was he had helped out. He had already helped out our boy, the big. I can't think of his name right now.
Hadley?
Yeah, he had already helped out Hadley with the tax stuff.
Oh, that had already happened. I kind of thought
that happened on the roof because he about threw him off the roof. It happened after the roof tarring.
After that, they knew they had a golden goose.
That's what I didn't know if I was mixing up. Okay, so that makes sense then.
Yeah, let's choose some favorite scenes or just some ones that. What do you want to nail down as your favorite?
I actually really. I don't know if it's my favorite scene, but I actually love, like you said, when they're sitting against the wall of the prison and you hear Andy say, I didn't shoot the bullet, but I killed her. I drove her away. She always said that I was someone who couldn't be read. And it just struck me so hard. Cause this is what, over 15 years into his sentence, he says, well, I didn't pull that trigger, but I killed her because I pushed her away and I loved her to death. I just didn't know how to show it. And I was like, oh my God. How heavy is that? How heavy is that? My favorite scene, Austin, I already said it, is when Red is getting into that boardroom for his possible approval. And he sits down and says, I don't know what you're talking about, rehabilitation. Oh, well, it means you're ready to enter society. I know what you think.
I know what it means, Sonny.
Yeah, I know what you think it means. I wish I could go back to myself when I was that stupid kid and just explain that's the way things are. Now it's like, oh my God. And he says, and why don't you just stamp that rejected? Because I don't give a shit. It's like, whoa. How great.
Because it's all for full circle, right? Because this is one of the first scenes that we get is him up for, parole. And he's trying, he looks like a guy in an interview. Yeah, I've been rehabilitated. He's chomping at the bit, he's a little eager beaver.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So they
put it on.
Same old shit, different day, Hey, I'm up for rejection next week is what someone says. Cause you're not up for parole. You're up for rejection.
Right.
So it is kind of funny how that comes full circle back and he gets his salvation and then he heads off. And I love the dialogue that he has talking as he's going to find Andy, and he's so hopeful. There's a spirit to him, which is great because that's the thing that Andy got through to him is to, keep that hope.
Oh, yeah.
Of
Well,
course.
what a great scene, like you said, when Red actually makes it out to that field where we have the stone wall and the black rock that has no business being in a Maine prairie land or whatever he says. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's so awesome. And I love too how Red, when he's in the car going down to, what was it, the border in Texas? I forget what the city he was going to, but he says, I'm finding myself, I can hardly even stand to sit still. I'm so excited.
Love that.
It's
Yeah,
like,
that's-
It must be how a free man feels.
Did you guys know that the movie was supposed to end with him on the bus?
Yes. Yes.
really?
Yes.
So you weren't supposed to know that he meets Andy. He gets there.
Why? Where'd you learn that?
I just have heard it, but it's definitely something about it.
People
But-
were disappointed in the ending, Griff, and it was that's why I think they added where
Oh,
I
they
didn't know it was
actually-
added, but I know
Yeah,
that it was
it was
not
so-
initially supposed to be there.
What a I mean, I think it's great. You see Andy working on his boat, and he looks spry and ready, and Red smiling. I mean, I don't know if it gets. I keep saying it, but I don't know if it gets too much better than that.
One
But-
thing I always think of is, do you think you guys would have been able to remember the town?
Oh, I tried to remember it. I tried to remember it in my own head. When it happened, I screwed it up. I'd have just had to be like, it's a Z, and it's. Oh well, I'm talking a lot. I apologize, guys. But something else I loved is when Andy's talking about the town in Mexico, and he has this crazy look on his face, and you can tell it's half freaking out Red. But he goes, the Mexicans say it's a place that has no memory. And that's where I want to be, where there's no memory. And that's where I want to live the rest of my life. And it's like, wow. Just how
And I think that's
powerful.
also supposed to be like a metaphor for heaven. So,
Oh, there you go. Look
Interesting.
at that. Little extended metaphor. What let's hear some of your favorite scenes, Dad. I'd love to.
yeah.
Guys, just let's go back to the scene where the warden and Hadley do the shakedown of Andy. Okay?
Uh-huh.
And they're shaking him down, and Hadley's looking at the rock. There's contraband. and Andy explains to him, hey, I'm doing this to build for a chessboard. And he looks back at the warden and he says, well, little contraband, but I don't see a big problem.
Yeah.
And the warden sees he's got a Bible, and he gets his Bible, and he's got it in his hand, and he's talking to him, and we all know what he's doing. He's feeling him out to see, hey, could this guy work for me? And would he be trustworthy enough that he could do these criminal activities for me? And he's got the Bible. And he then, as he's walking out, he hands back the Bible. Okay? We all know what was inside that Bible, right? Okay?
Salvation lies within.
Yes, you stole my line, but that's what it
Sorry.
is. No. That's all right. That's all right. It's he says that, and then the warden hands back his Bible, and at the very end, right before he blows his head off, he looks at that Bible when he thinks that's his bookie book.
Yeah, it's like the ledger.
The ledger. Yeah, thank you, Austin. And he opens it up in the very beginning of it, and he says, warden, salvation lies within. And
You're
I'm
right.
like, oh, and you were right. And oh man, that just that got me. I got so excited about that. I love that.
I bet one of the last thoughts that went through his head was, how did Andy Dufresne get the best of him?
Other than that bullet.
Yeah. and guys,
Good call, Oz.
how can you be so obtuse?
This is my life.
Call me? I love that, Oz.
Yeah.
This is my life, man.
Yeah,
It's like, wow.
it was. You know what, Tim Robbins? I'm not the biggest fan of Tim Robbins, but guys, he did a wonderful job in this movie. And just like you said in the very beginning, that court scene, what he says, and then when he says, how can you be so obtuse? And the way he says it, just so precise, and his punctuation, just how he pronounced it, it's just bam right there in his face, like, you a-hole, how could you be this way? I'm telling you I'm innocent and you don't care. I thought that was great. But, Austin said it, and I got a couple more. Get busy living, get busy dying. That's my favorite. And the warden, I believe in two things: discipline and the Bible. Here, you will receive both. And then he goes into his whole spiel about it. Now I own your ass, your
ass is mine.
Your ass is mine. Yeah, well done. The scene where the marriage of Figaro, that's just so powerful. There was one little.
Is that the song that plays over the loudspeakers?
Yes. And this is
the Italian ladies.
My dad tried to be all slick and just say the name of the song.
It's like, bro, I don't know what you're talking about.
Nice, real slick.
The Italian ladies.
Hey, you knew where I was going, smart ass. Hey, the marriage of Figaro.
This moron wanted to say the marriage of Figaro. Hey, Oz, talk about the marriage of Figaro. What type of wine you sipping on tonight, brother?
Yeah, there you go.
I'm drinking
Bail me out
Bordeaux tonight.
Little Bordeaux.
A Bordeaux. Let me give you a clinkies.
Little shaking, little stirs.
Hey, he went a little shaking, little sturdy. He got that Bordeaux wine.
Nice and hearty. Loving it. Black Currant, black plum.
Oh.
Some smoke, oak, vanilla.
A little smoky.
It's hugging my mouth, man.
We
nice
getting like
tannic.
a little bit of meat in there, a little smoked meat, a little bacon.
No meats, but I'm getting my oak, vanilla. That'd be more indicative of something like a Shiraz, but Cabernet Sauvignon is what the Bordeaux grape is. I'm sure it's mixed with the Merlot. I don't know if it has it just says red Bordeaux, which is a Merlot and a Cabernet. So, hey, if you didn't know that, now you know that.
Looks like a nice bottle, Lost. You prepping for that W set too? Is that what I heard? Into this month?
I'm going up in this world, boys. I'm trying.
Hey,
Clinkies, right?
That's what we need, Clinkies, guys. Here's the thing. Us at the Purple Podcast, we are working on ourselves day and night to make this a better product, to figure this stuff out. This guy's getting his W set too, so I think that says a whole lot. My dad, he's what are you doing, Dad? You're hitting the gym every day? He's riding the bikes. We're ready to
boys. I'm working out.
Spanking that monkey.
No. Hey, delete that. 6 days a week, guys. I am working out. I am getting after it. I am definitely getting after it. This cat's going to get himself in shape. Austin, I wore a shirt especially for the team tonight. Didn't know if you could see that. I don't know.
That's the boys, Purple Media Co.
Yes, sir. Proud of us.
Hey,
let us know if you want the merch.
We suit up, guys.
Let me give you all just a couple more lines. The first night in the joint, Andy Dufresne cost me 2 packs of cigarettes. Awesome. He never made a sound. I love that line. Great moment. Let me see if I can find the one that I wanted to do so bad. Guys, again, I said this earlier, but I'm going to steal your all's thunder. I hope to see my friend and shake his hand. I hope the Pacific is as blue as it has been in my dreams. I hope. It doesn't get any better than that, guys. I got 2 that might rival you here.
Well,
let me hear them. I would love to. Guys, this movie is great. In that we're sitting here debating on what's a better line. I love it. Wonderful, boys.
I'm going to go with 1 second here. Lawyer fucked me. How about that
one? Oh, Austin.
Don't you know everyone's innocent here at Shawshank?
Hey, Austin. When we get to 6, man, that's what I had it.
Dad.
Or I'm going to go pinch a loaf.
Oh, yeah. That was good. Another great one on that same kind of riff, I think, is when Red says, "I'm the only guilty man at Shawshank." Oh, that was pretty great.
And then he asked Hayward, "What about you?" And then Hayward says, "Hey, my lawyer fucked me," and he throws the ball.
Lawyer fucked me.
Hayward was great in this.
Well, then Andy awesome. Gives it back when Tommy shows up, so I thought that was great. The passing of the torch.
Oh yeah. That was just funny. It just shows a bunch of dudes just kind of bullshitting, having fun, and all that, and you gotta have it.
Let me get into what was your favorite scene?
We're at 40 minutes, by the way, gentlemen.
Yeah, so I'm a cruise.
Let's
you guys
do it.
Cruise.
You moving?
Do it, Oz.
Okay, so some of my favorite scenes, the intro scene at Shawshank is just great. The line where the first night's the toughest, no doubt about it. They march you in naked as the day you were born, skin burnt and half blind from that delousing shit they throw on you. I think that's just an amazing scene as a whole.
line.
The fishing with it. I love the fourth scene where Andy, the tides turn for him. You know, even though shit happens after that, the tide turns there. That's the turning point, right? He makes some friends with the group. They get to work on that detail. He makes friends with Hadley, which gets him a pretty cushy role in the prison and gets Boggs off his butt. For a better term.
Andy was something else. Now, I'm not sorry to jump in here, but Andy was just so damn smart. He was just quick, man. Just
let's find something that fits your expertise a bit better, or something.
A man of your education.
A man of your education. Well done, Griff.
It was just amazing. I mean,
we don't need you on laundry.
All the things he was doing, figuring out. I love too. The warden goes, "Hey, you like working laundry?" Not especially, sir. I'm sorry. I think him being so brilliant was just a real through line in this movie. It was awesome to watch.
Yeah, it was great. Other than that, I love the outro as Red goes to meet his friend. What did you guys think about Andy saying, "Hey, go to the place where me and my wife shagged and made love.
We made love under the tree.
That's where I'm gonna plant this.
That's where I proposed to her."
Yeah, you get to go find that.
He's a real romantic.
Yeah, he is. But my favorite scene overall is the escape. I love that montage.
There it is.
I knew. I had a thought. I was like, "Oh God, he's got to say it." There you go.
Well, if he didn't, I was going to, Griff.
It's so good. It's so
in
rewatchable.
1966.
I like a foot in the wind. This whole conspiracy, even you fuzzy britches, throws this rock right through it. Dink.
Attaboy.
Dink, doink, dink.
Well, guys,
And
when
how
you're watching Andy crawl through the tunnel that he dug into the wall, was your first thought, "Oh my goodness, how many millions of times has he dug in this tunnel to keep even working?" Mm-hmm. Imagine it, guys. He had to get in that tunnel every time and keep working. And imagine how scared you would be. You're out of your cell, just working through the freaking night like that.
I remember telling him it would take 600 years. Turns out it only took 19. Crazy. I told you, they need something to do while they're in prison. And that's what he did. He got at it. And I get so claustrophobic by that pipe scene, of course. And the fact that you're climbing through shit too.
Oh my god.
Could you imagine crawling through that?
That's how many 5 football fields, 500 yards.
5.
Unbelievable. One of my, let's call it a gripe here. When Andy showed up to those banks, he would have been smelling so fucking bad.
Austin, he did have a bar of soap.
Okay.
I know, but that's not going to help. I did want to throw that in there.
Yeah.
No, I thought the same thing. And
decades of prisoner shit that he just climbed through. And how would that
suit and the shirt look as well as it did?
Yeah.
That was kind of my gripe.
Now, something awesome. I mean, that's another great scene when he walks into that bank and Randall Stevens, the man who doesn't exist, that he
how about this, guys?
Thin air.
How about this, guys? Sixth man of the movie, Randall Stevens. You like that?
Interesting. That's interesting. There are too many good 6 men.
Guys, I've got these 6.
I'm going with it.
Whenever you're ready, you'll just
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman he's the main character, you goofball.
The narrator, Morgan Freeman.
It's Red, Mike. That's the character still. Come on.
I think
you guys are trying to be too damn philosophical here.
No, Randall Stevens makes sense because he's the man that he was able to escape this money on.
Guys,
fucking Morgan Freeman, the main character who got
jackasses.
nominated. Morgan Freeman
the 6th man of the movie is Brooks. That's what the answer is. 6th man of the movie is Brooks. You guys are jackasses.
Guys, it's either Brooks, it's Hadley, or it's Haywood.
Or Jake. or Haywood. It could be Haywood. I would say Brooks.
I thought Haywood was, I loved Brooks.
What about the performance? And the guy who played Brooks was James Whitmore. That performance when he's holding Haywood at knife point, and he's this old man, and it's just because he's scared to death because he doesn't want to leave. It's like, oh gosh.
And then when he writes about it, I think maybe I could kill someone. Then they'd send me back home. Like that's just the way he's so
sad.
I guess I gotten a little too old for that. What another amazing line. Sometimes after work, I go to the park to feed the birds, and I hope someday that maybe Jake will show up, but he never does. Oh my gosh, man. And then another thing when Red goes, when they find out they're reading the letter in the library after the fact, and Red goes, he should have died here. That stuff killed me, man. So many.
Well, it was like Red too, man. It's like he was becoming a part of it too. He saw it in himself. There's a whole part of Lord of the Rings that you get a lot more of in the book where Frodo gets and has compassion for Gollum because he's carrying the ring too, and he feels what it does to him, the way like the Dark Lord kind of consumes him and like destroys him. The ring like destroys them and taints them. So he feels it and he gets compassion for him and empathy for him because of that. So I think a lot of that is what we're seeing in Red right here, where Brooks, the man who's been here 50 years, shit, I've been here fucking 30 years, man. Like, I don't know what I'd do outside of these walls either.
Even when he's explaining becoming institutionalized to the other guys, like, I could never be that way. And he says, dude, come on, man.
These walls are funny.
Yeah, he said, yeah, I love that. Y'all never been here that long. I mean, I don't know. There's just so many. Gosh, man, I'm really glad that we got to watch this one, guys.
Yeah, and then my final holes kind of parallel the salvation in the rain. Isn't that all?
What a moment to just rejoice. He's in the rain. The grand cleanse. If you want to make biblical references, Austin, I mean,
he's lucky that rain was there, wasn't he?
Oh gosh, he had to.
But he planned it. He planned it too.
Yeah,
the lightning and breaking
like
the pipe.
You said, I think it's amazing when they show you how he planned this whole thing out.
It's brilliant.
Waiting for the lightning, and he's striking that big pipe, and
well, I love the perspective change. It takes you back through the same scene you've already experienced, but through the lens of understanding that this is how he escaped. He polished the shoes, walked right out. I didn't even notice him. How often you look at a man's shoes? He puts the book, the Bible, in the case right past the warden's face because he knows the guy's not going to pay attention. There's just so much of that easy sleight of hand in the mundane and the routine that he just pulls this heist off.
I love it too, because before we know that he escaped, like you're saying, Austin, Red is talking about, God, he just got this 6 feet of rope from Haywood. It was the longest. I spent some long nights in this prison, and it was the longest night of my life.
Great point.
Because he was so afraid. He didn't know what the guy was going to do. He thought he was talking funny, and all we see is Andy walk back to his cell, straight face looking forward, and he looks at that rope. And what did he do with it? He tied it to his damn leg, carrying that bag. And I mean, just kind of how it flips it on its head, man.
Yeah, and what's going through Red's head, of course, when they walk out of their cells that next morning and he doesn't step out.
Can only imagine, man.
Yeah, it's like, oh God, it's over. He's dead. He's dead. Let's get into like our favorite characters, and I got 48 minutes over here, basically 49 on my timer. So
my favorite character is Red. I think I just love him as a character. He's a good man. I mean, I don't know if we've said that, but everything the guy does, he operates by a code, and he's a good man. He looks out for people. When Brooks has Haywood by the neck, he's talking him down. When people are talking about how the hell did he get institutionalized, he's standing up for the guy, stands up for Andy. He's the first guy he talks to. He gives him advice, even about the sisters. I mean, just a good man. He's the guy who can get things for you. I also love when he's admitting to Andy, I'd be pretty scared to leave this place too. Here I have a purpose. I do things. Getting out, I don't know what I'd do. So
yeah.
I don't know.
He'd go find Andy, and Andy gave him that purpose, which is good. A reason.
Yeah, he did. And another great moment when Red's leaving work and he looks into that shop window, he sees the guns, and, I guess in your head you're going, oh my gosh, is he going to do it? But there's that compass too. And later on you see him with the compass. He says, man, the only thing that kept me sane, the only thing that kept me going was that promise I made to my friend Andy Dufresne. And, that's when it really just takes you home, man. But Red's my favorite character.
It's a great favorite character. Mikey.
Griffin. I'm right there with Griffin. I just loved Ellis. I thought he was great. He's again, I love somebody that's out there and he's trying to, even in prison, he's trying to make that 10%. So I like that. I love it when Andy asks him, hey, how did you get the name Red? And he looks at him and he said, guess it's because I'm Irish. And you could be, if you were at the theater, that would be a good laugh. That was funny.
What's funny is in the book, it is a white guy and he is Irish.
And I think I had it written down here. The characters originally, they were looking at Clint Eastwood. They were looking at Harrison Ford, Paul Newman, Gene Hackman. If we heard all these names, I mean, these are the same names we heard for
you forgot
Superman.
You forgot
Robert
someone.
Redford and Bob Duvall.
I think that's for Andy, right?
No, that's Red. That's who I had down for Red. Who did you have down for Andy? I had Tom Hanks and who was the other cat? It was Tom Hanks and.
Or you're going to punch yourself in the face if you can't think.
Had we even said that Stephen King, guys?
Hey, Austin, it might have been Nick Cage.
Guess who it was, Mike? It was Nick Cage. Nick Cage was also considered for Andy Dufresne.
Austin, I'll be honest with you. I looked that up just to see. I did not find that, so you're going to have to send that to
guys,
me.
Well, this is just Wikipedia.
Did we even say that Stephen King wrote the book?
Yeah, in the very beginning.
Did we even say that?
Hey, Griffin, he wrote the book.
I talked about The Mist. I talked about.
He did.
Yeah. It was Stephen King.
You on my ass.
And we're also,
It.
Welcome to Derry. Get ready, Mike.
Hey.
Yeah, right. Hey, I'm doing Stranger Things, bud. How about that one?
Who's your favorite character, Ost?
My favorite character, I think, is it's Andy Dufresne. It's really tough with Red. Morgan Freeman gets nominated for an Oscar. This movie got nominated for 7, did not win any of them, unfortunately. But guess what? I mean, obviously we understand the weight. It was the year of Forrest Gump, Pulp Fiction, and The Lion King. So there were some contenders there for sure. There's some other ones as well, but yeah, it was that year. But Andy Dufresne, I love his gentle, stoic nature. A lot like Stanley Yelnats. He's not really a fighter, right? But he is. I had to go to prison to become a crook.
That's a great moment too in that library when he and Red are talking, and Red's like, but this, and he says, hey, the only guy who's going to take the fall is old Randall Stevens, and he's a ghost, he's a phantom, and he just looks so crazy, and Red's like, God, you really are brilliant, aren't you?
You're a Rembrandt.
Yeah, you're a Rembrandt.
Yeah. So Andy Dufresne, and like you said, his knowledge, it's such like a great trait because he's with all these, hooligans, these prisoners, right? That's one thing that I saw critics initially were critical of somewhat, or at least someone said that it's a little too rose-colored glasses in terms of all the prisoners around them. Sure, you have the sisters, but everyone else is pretty well behaved. You don't see any, I guess Brooks gets on his shit, but everyone else is pretty kind, but I guess they're friends. It's not worth griping over, but Andy Dufresne is just a really great character. And I love the way he carries himself throughout the movie. And I love the themes that his characters represent, and that hope, keeping the music alive inside of you. That spirit is just a really great way to live your life. When the world is on top of you, the great struggle,
well, is that not the lasting legacy? Is that not what you take away from this movie? Just perseverance? I mean, I guess we're getting into themes and things, but
let's go. Hit it.
The long game.
Mm-hmm.
Perseverance, friendship, trust.
Yeah.
Prison
Truth.
break. Truth, Prison Break. That's a pretty good one. I think the main one for me, though, is Hope.
Yep, that's on there. That's on there. Go ahead, Mike.
I had to take it right from Austin, Dad. Had to get
Guys, I had
mine,
several. I had several. I had, of course, the theme is prison time. Just how bad it really is.
Down in the mines.
Institutionalized. I love that word.
Real good.
Brutality.
Mm-hmm.
Just the sisters. Just how brutal that was. Big one for me was friendship, and then of course the adversity. That's the themes for this guy. Adversity. I had more, but
very good.
Hey, Dad, what was the name of that song? I thought that was your main theme. Oh, Figaro?
Marriage of Figaro. What a bunch of assholes. Look at what it says.
Oh, you guys know who was also supposed to play Johnny Williams?
Hey, take another sip, Ost.
My teeth purple yet?
No, they're getting there.
Between that and your orange face.
All right. Old dry bones. Making
yeah.
Hey, all right, Austin.
About time to get out of here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brad Pitt was considered for Tommy Williams.
Oh,
that'd have been a hell of a casting, wouldn't it?
Wow. Hey, he would have taken. They'd have had to add scenes, Austin.
He was busy. He just had success from Thelma Louise and didn't want to do it, apparently.
Wow.
My themes and things. Hope is on there. Redemption is on there. Obviously, it's the Shawshank Redemption. Truth is on there. Truth. My number one, friendship. And it's a male friendship. Yeah. It's a very strong friendship between two guys. It's great. It's good old stuff. The bros, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, and it's a friendship with all of the guys. I mean, you got to imagine you're in this hellhole of an enviirment.
What do you always say? The pack, the clan, what is it? The detent from Holes, there's that whole kind of.
It's crazy. We just did Holes. And I mean, it is, Austin.
Dad, Austin made a fantastic point saying that Holes was the kid Shawshank. I mean, that might go down in the records. That might go down in the history books. I'm telling you, it's genius. And like you said, Austin, I was just seeing so many comparisons. Again, he's teaching them how to read. They're literally in prison. They're digging holes. I mean, my gosh, man, it's just.
So are we comparing Hadley to Mr. Sir? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I think Hadley would have whooped that ass. I don't know if I make that comparison.
I think Mr. Sir would have got a beat down.
Holes is more comedy.
Hey, Austin, has anyone said this? And you all can make fun of me like you always do. But did anyone mention that Mr. Krabs starred in this one?
Yeah, we did not. We did not. That's
okay. Because Hadley's actually Mr. Krabs. I'm sure you knew that,
Griff. why don't you give the actor his name? Why don't we shout him out?
Clancy Brown.
Yeah, I don't think I was waiting to see my dad squirm a little bit. I don't think he has.
Austin, I've got it on my iPad over here.
But you can't read. You don't have your glasses on.
Yeah, probably could. Austin, you also said that and what he's known for mainly is, and Austin did say this, was the Highlander.
Yeah.
So
I'm also known for the Highlander, Austin Connor Isaac.
Yes,
Connor
you are.
All right,
let's get him, Austin.
Fine. Well, I'm going to choose a different theme and thing. I'm not going to do male friendship. I'm just going to do Morgan Freeman voice / narration.
Okay.
It's a big thing, man.
It is
brilliant. It's brilliant. I love a narration. It's great.
Especially when you got a voice like that.
Yeah. All right. Also cigarettes. Almost can't get out of here without some cigarettes.
Oh, yeah. This is a quintessential cigarette movie.
Yeah. We're trading them. Final ones, fellas. Is this movie better with Nick Cage in what role?
You already know my answer.
Griff, kick us off.
All I want to do.
Hey, hell yes, this movie's better with Nick Cage. And you know who he plays?
There it is. Do it.
That was my guess. I guess I was wrong.
Boggs. Woo! Imagine Nick Cage, how crazy he could be. What he would bring to that role. Nick Cage's Boggs. I said it down.
Open my mouth. I'm gonna give you something to swallow.
Nick Cage.
Austin, we could have picked 10 characters, and I would not have picked Boggs. Griffin,
No, it wasn't Boggs for me.
Is that wrong?
It was. I think so.
Boo! Give him the thumbs down on your screen, Mike. You did it the last episode.
Yeah. Still don't know how I did that. It must have been like my ear pods that do that, that do that on and off all the time. Guys, on this one, I kept thinking, could he be Andy Dufresne? I'm not a Tim Robbins fan, but guys, I thought he did an exceptional job. He was that just lovable guy, that kind of goofy, quirky, as Austin's pointed out. So I don't know about that. He might have been a really nice Hayward. He could have played that scene.
I think it's Haywood, right?
It is. I was letting him get away with it. It's Haywood.
Oh, I thought it was Hayward.
I'm not trying to rip your head off. I
No,
thought
no,
it was
no,
always
no.
you.
Get me.
Rita Hayworth is probably what you're kind of somehow or another they get.
Hey,
mixed
at
up.
least I keep it.
Hey, that's a good 6-man. Her or Raquel Welch.
Oh,
It is
that's a
Marilyn
good
Monroe
point.
recently.
It is Haywood. Oh
briefly.
my God. I've even got it written down. Sorry, boys. Good God.
That's
Hey,
all
need
right.
my glasses, I guess. No, and do we know the three ladies that he put up as posters?
We
I
just
just
said
said
them.
them.
Were you listening?
No, I was not. I was trying to look it up to see if it was Haywood.
Who is Nick Cage in the movie, Brat?
Nick
Let's
Cage?
get it.
Haywood.
Haywood. There you
I
go.
think that's all I want to do.
He would have been funny. All right, Austin. Who is it? Who's
Who
Nick?
is Nick Cage?
Yeah.
I think Haywood makes a lot of sense as an older one. I think a younger Nick Cage is Tommy, right? I think that works.
Yeah.
I think he could.
Hey, he'd be good as Tommy for sure.
Yeah, I think he could be Tommy. So I think that's the answer there.
There you go.
I'll
go
pretty
with that.
straightforward.
I didn't hear an answer as good as Boggs. I'll be honest with you.
Well, it was
No.
sure the funniest one.
That was definitely a surprise, Griffin.
I just like that little ginger runt getting it. I think that's I can say that I'm redheaded or was.
Fair.
I chose
there
a
you
different
go.
team or didn't. Is
All right.
this a coffee or wine movie, guys?
I think this is a wine movie myself. I think that you can watch this movie with coffee. I think that is an option. But I think if you really want to get into it, I mean, I think you can go multiple routes. You could be drinking a few beers. They have the scene where they're drinking the Bohemian Lager on
Some suds?
the roof. Some suds. I just think men work better when they're outside drinking some suds is all.
I love
So,
what he says. That's great.
You could be sharing a bucket of beer with your buddies and having a great time watching this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I would take a little bit of a more elegant approach. I might like to drink a nice Bordeaux and watch this movie, Austin. I think
you need an Italian wine, Griff. I think you need like a Chianti or something like that.
Oh, my Chianti.
Listening to
really
the
good
Marriage of
Chianti.
Figaro.
Hey, exactly. That's what I think. I think that this is a sentimental movie. At its core, I think it's a movie that makes you think. It's very emotional. It's one of the most emotional, I think, that we've done on this podcast. I think for that reason, having a nice glass of wine you could share and really, really savor would be a great choice for it.
I think that's brilliant.
Well, and I'll be that guy. I honestly thought this was because I've watched this movie, as Austin pointed out earlier. I've watched it numerous times in the morning. I've had a whole pot of coffee watching it.
This movie covers all bases, man, doesn't it?
It's
Sure.
guys, this movie is so good. And me, I get really locked in with the characters, other than I don't know how to pronounce their names 90% of the time. But
Yeah, me
but
too.
yeah, but I will say, I think me personally, I think if I drank wine, I'd be boo-hoo-hooing the whole movie, because there's some really tough scenes in the movie for me. But I'm gonna go with coffee, a really good Colombian coffee.
You said you'd be crying when Boggs got beat up and couldn't walk again? That's how much you like the guy?
Austin, I'm gonna tell you, I loved it when he took a beat down.
Hey,
I loved
Austin, give him some credit. My dad clarified. He said a nice Colombian roast. That's what he said.
I
did say that. Absolutely.
Well done.
Very
All right,
nice,
Austin,
Mike.
what you on?
I've got some suds written down. I thought that scene is just about
well done.
Yeah, Bohemia style beer. That is just a beautiful scene. And, God, I don't have it pulled up, but I probably can find it soon. Whatever. But that line that Red has, sipping on some Bohemia style beers in the the September of 1966, whenever it was.
Yeah.
It was the 40s. It was 49.
Oh.
I think it was May.
And he feels like they could be doing, each other's houses.
Yeah, we could have been on one of our. Yeah,
that could have been one of our homes. Oh, it was.
We were the lords of all creation, and it's just great. They're sitting back there, happy as a clam. All of them sipping on beer. And Andy, what did he do? Andy didn't have a beer. He just sat there with a silly smile on his face.
Yeah,
him. I think he did it just to feel human again, or whatever. Whatever it is. Man.
I think that's exactly what he said. And then Haywood walks over to him and tries to hand him a beer, and he just kind of walks back all bow-legged, like, "Oh,
quit drinking."
I tried to get him to drink one.
Yeah, he doesn't drink anymore. So that's pretty awesome. So that's what we're gonna end it on, guys. This movie could play, like we said, it'd be great on a Sunday morning with some coffee.
Yeah.
It'd be great on a Friday night with some wine.
Yeah.
And how about a Saturday evening with a bucket of beers after some football, because it is football season. But let's get out of here, fellas. Let's get on out.
Guys,
well done, boys.
What an awesome episode. Whenever you're talking the Shawshank Redemption, you got to really bring it, and I hope that we were able to do that. I know there's probably a million scenes that we maybe have not mentioned. If you're here with us right now on YouTube listening, why don't you tell us one of your favorite scenes? Well, we'll get a little post-a-comment section because there's just so many.
Yep.
I'm really grateful, Austin, that we got to do this. I appreciate you guys. This is a great way to spend a day of the week. I'll tell you what. But I'm proud of us. Proud of the Purple Podcast, baby. Keep them.
It's like a therapy session or something.
You could call it that, man. Purple Podcast.
It is therapeutic.
Guys, I look forward to this all week long, to doing these movies, and especially ones as good as this movie. Other than, again, I can't pronounce the characters' names. I'm
just not the good guys.
That's so disappointing. But guys, this was a great movie. I think it really brings a lot to the table. Griffin mentioned that it's emotional. Well, hell yeah, it's emotional, and it brings so many facets of life to, what's going on. You see everything from the prison scenes to the, you actually get out after 20, 30, 50 years, how your life could be, at that time. Oh man, it's a good one. Love this one. I hope to everybody that's listening, I hope we did this justice. If we're missing, scenes like Griffin pointed out, please, tell us what we can do better on this. Believe me, other than, pronouncing the names correctly.
Yeah. Well, if we missed it, guys, I'm sorry, but we tried our best and we did our best. We hope you enjoyed it. This movie stands the test of time, of course. Right off the bat, like we mentioned, this movie was not a huge success per se. $25 million budget, gets $73.3 million. Like I said, Forrest Gump, along with Pulp Fiction that same year. But the movie does stand a test of time. Our boy Roger Ebert ranked it like 75th on best movies of all time on his list when he did it, above Pulp Fiction and Forrest Gump. So just an amazing movie, a movie that you're going to continue to see. Hell, the prison makes millions of dollars each year just out of people going to see it, tourism, which hell, guys, we need to do that at some point. I go by it every time I go to Buffalo. It's in Ohio.
No way.
I drive right past it. I see the exit.
Purple Podcast goes on location.
Yeah.
How about it, boys?
Yeah. So it would be awesome to check the place out and see it. And they still have some of the props there apparently from the movie. So it would be really cool to do. But other than that, guys, If you're still listening, as always, we love you. We appreciate it. Thank you for listening. We'll be seeing you soon. We'll keep them chugging. We are the Purple Podcast. We are the Sad Sex. And bye-bye.